This just came on the truck today, and I had to inspect it and take pictures. Always take pictures.
I got my new Laguna 1216 lathe. Came in the mail today. The box is a little, looks like it's been dropped on the corner here about 1,000,000 times. Oh yeah, broken enough. Okay, well the inside corner's got a little ding on it. So it's a box within a box. So we gotta cut this side right here. And we will check to see what it looks like. Okay, see that corner right there? Yeah, see how it's dinged up? I gotta take a picture of that. So I gotta stop the camera for a second.
So what I'm doing is I'm building myself a carpentry lab, and I'm going to have different tools coming in, and this
Okay.
is just happened to be one of them.
So I'm back. So we have to check this corner to make sure it's not damaged. I don't want to damage the box because we might have to send it back. A little broken here and there. Just a little broken here and there. Probably being dropped 1,000,000 times because it is friggin' heavy. Oh, and it's upside down. Yeah, I opened it upside down. Wouldn't you know it?
Which is good because you can flip it upright.
Pull it out gently. This is definitely a two-person thing. I'm gonna flip it up. And there she is. Dun, 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 dun. So she made it in one piece. I didn't find any cracks or dents or dings. Everything looks like it's good. So we're good to go. What we're going to do is we're going to take this inside and we're going to set it up. Get it prepped for some turning. Set up on the shop here, and we're putting the little casters on to lessen the vibration when she's spinning. And you got to be careful not to cross thread this. And if you think it's going to cross thread, put a little grease on it, and we get a little bit more smooth sailing putting these in. This almost did get cross threaded, so I had to take it back out and carefully put it on. Okay, we're gonna flip this up. These are all set. Got a coating of grease on it, which is nice. And this thing is friggin' heavy. It is definitely a two-person lathe setup. We just installed the leveling casters. Got that done. So the following setups are changed between different functions of the machine office. Removing the faceplate and the hand wheel. We got a little faceplate here. We got another. They're both magnetic. And what's nice on the inside here, it's got RPMs on the three things. I didn't think it was there. I was looking for it earlier. But it shows on the smallest spindle 50 to 525. The medium spindle RPMs is 325 to 1750. And the large spindle is 650 to 3500 RPM. So that's pretty fast. Right now I've got it set on low, which is 50 to 525 RPMs. I don't know if you can see that, but to loosen it up, you pull this handle and the spindles come up, and then you can change the belt to different speeds. Like if I changed it to this next one, hold on a second. So if I change it to middle, so if I go on the middle spindle and the other middle spindle, that will give you 325 RPM to 1750 RPM. And then if I change it to this big spindle to the small spindle, that will give you 650 to 3,500.
Good.
So, okay, so we got that set. The spindle is hopefully set correctly. And she'll set herself basically when we start going. So, okay, so that's one way to do it. And these got little magnetic catches right here. They're kind of awkward, but they're okay. I did find, I don't know if you could see something. Let me switch the camera. Be right back. Okay, so on the panel here, when it was shipped, these two handles were kind of bent in, which is kind of a good, it's probably a bad design flaw. I mean, these are really cheap. Hate to say it. They're just there to protect the board, but if they bend in, what good are they? So basically, I just bent them back, you know, but they were bent in. Maybe from when they packed it, they shipped it, maybe they dropped it, I don't know. That's the only thing that I could find so far that was damaged. So keep an eye out for that when you get your Laguna. Okay, so I'm testing the spindle and everything, and I'm gonna turn it on. I got the lights all blue, it's plugged in. I'm gonna press the green button. So it's slowly spooling up to, I'm going to turn it down to, that's 169. It doesn't seem right, but I'm going to go up. I don't know if you can see it turning this way. That's supposedly 258 revolutions per minute. That's really slow. Oh, I'll tell you, being able to turn up the speed and slow down the speed, that's kind of nice. Very, very nice. And then you got your stop button. Yay! And this here is to lock this. When you go to take something off here and stuck, you can hit that button and then use a wrench to pull it off. You want to hit that to break it, and it comes off. But very cool. So she slowly spindles up. Oh yeah. I'm liking this.
I also like my magnetic tray. It holds all the tools nicely.
So this is my first turning. I put a little piece of birch in here that I got from a stairway I did. I set up my banjo here that came with the Laguna 1216. And it's got a nice smooth edge here. It's not like I have to sand it or do anything. So I've already did just a little bit of rounding. I've got it set up for a slow speed because this is my first time. And I think I'm using a 1/2 inch spindle gouge. And this is my first time, okay? First. I'm such an amateur. Not even close to being rounded. I'm just taking my time. It's kind of a hard wood, you know. But boy, does it make a mess. Holy mackerel. I haven't rounded it yet. It's not in the chuck correctly. It's a little cuckoo. I mean, if you turn it on, it weebles and wobbles. You know, she's not perfect yet. And this is a one-way chuck, which is really nice. I like it. All right, bye.
So I'm finishing up with the 1216 Laguna review on my nice Lathe here. I've had it for about 3 weeks, and I've been trying, you know, different stuff. I've been practicing. You know, I got different tools that I bought, and because I really want to get into turning wood. And so the first thing I did was put a piece of wood on there, and this is what it came out like. I don't know what. I was just practicing. And then I tried to do a little mallet. Came out really nice, but again, it was green, and so then it started cracking and cracking. So there goes my mallet. And you know, it was good practice. And then I practiced with this again. It came out okay, but the piece of wood was a little bit too short. And then with another piece, I made an end stock so I can, you know, I cleaned this up nicely so I can put it in there and maybe put a piece of glue or something and glue it to another piece. So I'll save that. And so I've been, you know, working with pine. Pine is nice and soft, and this one's dry, by the way. So, you know, this will be easier to turn for me, and maybe I can make something out of it. My wife, she wants a turntable for her dinner table. So that'll probably be one of my next projects. What else? So I did a final rendition of, you know, one of these. And hold on, one second. So I'm back. And so this was one of my final mallets. It's small, but you know, it's a beginner's mallet, right? And I should have drilled a hole in here first, but I didn't because that was attached to this, and so I cut it off. And so what I'll do now is I'll drill a hole here and fill it with BBs or something like that, and then put a cap on it, and it'll give it a little bit more weight for when I want to do some chiseling, you know. And I did try chiseling with it already, and it works good. I put a nice hard finish on it, and I don't really have any dings on it yet, but I did do some chiseling, and it works good, and it fits my hand. It's got a little bump in here, so it fits the hollow of my hand, and then it's got the little thing so it won't slip. So I like it. My first mallet. Very good. So that's all my practice I've done so far, and so I'm going to start another and see what I make out of this one. So the 12-16 Laguna lathe, I like it. Variable speed, not too big, but it is a two-person. You need two-person to pick it up. But I got a really nice platform for it. It's kind of at the right height. My elbow is basically center line of the shaft. And you know, this is kind of like almost center line on the shaft after you put the spindle on it. So, you know, I'll grab a tool. She goes on. And my elbow's nice and close to my body, and so she works nice. And I got a new sharpening system with it. Because, you know, these are useless if you don't have a sharpening system. You know, I've been selling equipment that I don't need anymore, and so with the money that I make from that, I've been buying my little tools. And so I went out and bought a Sorby Pro Edge, and it's quite a nice tool. But the only thing is like 2 pieces missing that I need to sharpen this, and I have to go online to buy it. And the problem with Sorby is they're sold out, so I have to wait till like maybe June 10th to buy the item so that I can sharpen this tool. I'll wait, but again, it's kind of inconvenient. It should have came with the Sorby sharpening system, but it didn't because, you know, of course, they don't want to give anything away for free, and the system is quite expensive, but as a sharpening system, it's quite nice. You know, I've sharpened some chisels, and they are razor sharp. And it's really nice to have a system that it's very easy to sharpen something, you know. But again, I can't wait to sharpen one of these. But I gotta wait for that jig. You know, I think it's called a Pro Edge jig or something like that, where it measures the distance, and then you put it on the jig, and you can turn. So I'm waiting for that, but you know, I've got myself a pretty good setup, and I love it. And again, I've got no problem with the 12-16 Laguna lathe. So thank you for joining in, and don't forget to subscribe, and have a nice day.